What is up, YouTube? I'm Nitro Kid 98 and you're watching the Nitro Kid 98 YouTube channel. Today, guys, we're going to be heading down to the shop. We're going to be disassembling the 428 I got last Friday from Miller Import Parts. The engine is going to require a little bit of love because we got it on the engine stand last Saturday and went ahead and tried to turn it over by hand with spark plugs and everything in it, see if we could feel any compression bumps. And there was hardly any compression there. Now, the last engine I got kind of was the same way. Luckily, all the valves were burnt. They wasn't sealing correctly, therefore it wasn't allowing it to actually get a good compression during the compression stroke, and I'm really hoping it's this way with this one. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and change clothes. We're going to head to the shop, and we're going to start tearing that bastard apart.
If it's silent in dismay, it won't break this feeling down. If I conquered this my way, I'd devour, I'd surround. If it hurts you just a little, then it heals you when it's done. Disappointment is the anchor, resolution is the sun.
I don't know if it's going to focus, but the water pump actually doesn't look too bad. I mean, I'm going to take this off here in a little bit anyway, but it's actually pretty solid. Bring that little water pump there. What's up, yeah? And if you look right in there, it shows we may have evidence of a burnt valve.
If it's silent in dismay, it won't break this feeling down. If I conquered this my way, I'd devour, I'd surround. If it hurts you just a little, then it heals you when it's done. Disappointment is the anchor, resolution is the sun.
Alright, so we're in the process of taking the crank pulley off, and what I basically have set up here, I know this looks kind of janky, I have this screwdriver here basically to keep this crank pulley from being able to spin, so I'm able to use the claw to pull it off, which is the pulley puller, whatever you want to call it. That's pretty much why the screwdriver is there, and this little janky setup is because my 1/2-inch ratchet is at my house from where I cleaned out my trailer, which my trailer is where I originally worked on this kind of stuff. I was actually using that as my temporary garage at my house because I don't have one there yet. I'm in the process of looking at building one. But what we're going to do is this pretty much just, you have to have a specific puller to pull this stuff off. You can go to AutoZone anywhere and they can get it. Just tell me a Chrysler pulley puller. They'll know exactly what you're talking about if they have any common sense, which they don't always. But anyway, just basically do that, and when she goes to fall, the screwdriver kind of helps catch it a little bit too. But then again, you also have this little rod here which catches it for the most part. And just keep doing that. And yeah, like I said, this is a janky ratchet setup. Damn mosquitoes. But this is pretty much what you have to do and your tools are not where they're fucking supposed to be because, well, you don't have a garage at your mainstay. Now this pulley I will not be showing how to install, basically for the fact that I'm not going to be putting this back on. The drag car is not going to have an alternator, so I'm not going to need that. And the alternator bracket, none of that stuff's going to go back on. It's basically going to be at the track charged by a generator or a battery charger, which is being powered by a generator. So it should be ready to come off any minute now. It's almost at the end of the snout. There it goes. Yeah. Alright, and let's see. This is the Chrysler specific pulley puller that I'm talking about. It's a cool little guy. It says don't use with an impact, but I have very, very many times and have had no negative repercussions yet. I need to clean up the bolts for the intake. The head is, unfortunately the cylinder head is no good. We did find out that 2 of the spark plug holes are stripped out. So fuck, but it ain't no big deal. I have another spare head at my house. So we'll bring it over here, clean it up, and then send it off. Well, actually, we'll bring it over here, assess the situation on it, and then we'll send it off to the machine shop. But I'm going to continue tearing this thing down, guys. Alright guys, so I got the block completely tore down, and this piston's actually a lot cleaner than what it was. I thought I was recording and I wasn't. This piston was actually covered in motor oil, not burnt and not like completely watery, but like a real gummy, kind of like Coke syrup. And so I went and wiped it off to see what the condition of the piston is. The condition of the piston is actually really good. The problem is with what it's doing. I'm not sure if it's rings, or I'm not sure if it's a cylinder head, because if I can get away with not messing with the rings, I want to do that. So it's a complete, everything's as I got it. This is the cylinder head. This is actually the cylinder in which I was showing you where I cleaned the piston. I think it's a valve seal issue, and the reason I say that, because this is what I'm getting out of the intake runner, which is just gummy, nasty oil as well. None of the bottom of this, none of this really looks good. And I think a lot of the reason of it is a lot of the head bolts that I actually found on this block in our engine were not tightened down. This one was not torqued, 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 that one was not torqued. I'm about damn sure that one was over torqued. These two were torqued, and these two like made a nice cracking, popping sound as if they were torqued, but I just don't feel like I put as much leverage into getting these done as I did these. These felt exactly like what they were supposed to as far as breaking free. The other issue I guess I have is this block appears to have had a lot of water ran through it. It is very, very nasty inside. The water pump doesn't look bad. I know I showed you that a little bit ago, but the actual inside of the block's really nasty. But this thing could have just sat for a while, and the coolant just lost the oil properties that it had, and or needed to keep the block from getting all that kind of rusty, nasty bullshit in it. Alright, as for this motor right here, we're not going to be running heat. I'm going to show you how to block it off and not actually have to run heat at all. Also going to be removing EGR, which I know 90% of people do that even when they're not going to race their car. We're going to have no power steering, we're going to have no AC, none of that. No luxuries are going to be in this. We're not going to be running an alternator, therefore we're not running a crank pulley or none of that good stuff. The main goal here is we want this motor to have to pull as little as possible. Realistically, we want it to pull nothing other than the car. That's it. That's all we want it to do. And that's the plan. I'm also planning on running an XTD clutch with this again. I had a lot of luck out of it. Now this one I get may just completely blow up and shatter everything. I don't know. I hope it doesn't. But what we're going to do next is we are going to take this nasty, crusty bastard right here. We are going to brake clean it, everything like that, and then we are going to paint it nice black. I got to move the AC compressor bracket, the tensioner pulley which is connected to it and all that, and a couple of these little guys right here before we paint it black. But we're going to make this thing look brand new. I already got a new oil pan on the way. I'm going to show you how to drill, tap, weld up a bung and everything, and I'm going to use a Harbor Freight welder while I do it. That's how I built the last one. Amazingly, on the first attempt, I had no leaks. I didn't see that going that way. I really assumed you had to weld that thing up a few times. That was the one time I needed my welding to be spot on, and it just happened to be the first time through. So, anyways, guys, this is the video. I hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you have a comment, please drop in the comment section below, guys. And hit the button either here or here it says subscribe. Now I'm going home. I'm going to grab a beer and I'm going to bed. It's been fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Night Your Kid 98.